Hello everybody, my name is Ola, welcome to my channel, and today we are walking around Charlotte. That's not a video about any Russian learning or anything else that you can observe on my channel, but it's just Charlotte because I normally live in here, that's Gastonia, I'm in Gastonia, but a couple days ago I had a wonderful time walking around. I went to Charlotte to do some stuff. I needed to actually drive my son to university, but then I had 4 hours free time, so I had a wonderful walk around and I made a little video of what I watched, observed, looked at. So it was kind of fun, so I decided to share. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to click the like button. You can have some comments in the comment section. You're always welcome to support the channel this way. Alrighty, let's go for a walk. Really, that was fun. I walked for about 15,000 steps a day. I love walking, and then I love this concrete and glass around me. I've lived in the big city for all my life before, and then Gastonia isn't really a walkable space to walk around, and the only space like that's if it's a city center. So here I am all alone in the middle of, but yeah, it's probably drizzling also. So happy Easter, and let's see how Charlotte has been decorated for the Easter holidays. So let's go. All I was doing was just walking around because I really enjoy looking at these buildings, anything, just walking around and looking. I wasn't going shopping or anything else, and I was filming while walking. So I normally live in this very area, that's Gastonia. If you've ever seen it from above, now you can enjoy the view. It's, yeah, I don't say that it's not beautiful, it's wonderful, it's green, there are squirrels, raccoons, anything, just it's unbelievably good place to live in. But at the same time, I sometimes miss the concrete and steel. That's all my everyday views, that's how I drive to school where I work, but sometimes it's just necessary to recharge your batteries and see something different, just for the change. And that's why I went to Charlotte. No, actually I went to Charlotte because my son needed a ride. I am still a mama rider. Because I'm not going to pay $300 for insurance because he just needs a car, and he's not working yet. He's a full-time student, so I'm driving him. Next year maybe we will rent an apartment for him because it's really tiring to drive him every day there and here, hitting all these traffic jams to Charlotte, on our way to Charlotte and then our way back from Charlotte to Gastonia. So what I started with, I parked my car in the area near Uptown, somewhere near like Target, so that I wouldn't pay for parking lot, because it's crazy how parking lots are expensive in Charlotte. Then I just walked. I took a little walk to some area near Uptown, and yeah, you might ask a question why I'm filming the bridge. It's just, I don't know, I've never seen a bridge for a while. So this is our plan. So we are here on the left, you can see it on the map, right? You are here in the green area, and we are going to cross all these Uptown area, just central area. That's it, just straight line, and then just walk here and there, but I'm not going to leave this square. That's the plan. So the plan was to walk around for 4 hours because I did have time, and I did it. The video is about 40 minutes. No, nothing pre-planned, just observing what I see, what I found interesting. Yes, I found it interesting to see some trashy areas. For some reason, I also enjoy. I do have Russian channel, by the way. I'm native Russian. I was born in Kazakhstan in USSR, and people from my other Russian channel, they always enjoy like how beautiful it is over there in America. And it's not always beautiful, you know. There are also trashy places. If you want to find them, you will always find them. It just depends on how you perceive the situation. And that's again this the pavement. I was looking at pavement again because it looks differently from what I'm used to seeing, and that's it. That's just for no reason. I'm not doing any scientific researches on what the covers for the sewing systems was supposed to be, or why they're all different. Though that was a question in my brain, so why they're all different. But anyway, alright, so where we were going? We were going past this church, and then we were going past some other buildings, and there was nothing going on. Actually, it's not my first time walking the same area, so I already know this, and I've been there maybe a couple times in winter, maybe last summer, taking the same route. So it's my kind of routine visit to Charlotte, let's call it this way. Why it attract my attention, private property. It's really strange that there are a lot of places where you cannot walk through, and it's strange to me because I'm used to going wherever I want to go. Like I'm not crossing over some private properties, but there are a lot of properties which are private in the USA. That's my interesting observation as a foreigner. A lot of properties which have the sign that it's private and you cannot trespass. In this situation, I'm not sure, because if it's a private property, there is supposed to be a fence, and there is no fence. So how do you know if it's true or not? So I just keep aside just to be on the safe side. But anyway, all right. The thing is, why the USA might be dangerous is because the public transportation is not always safe. And now we are going to come across the situation where it was not safe. This episode actually is disturbing. I've met this lady, I don't know what I call her. That was a woman, yes. And she's been shouting over there really aggressively. Something by now she already calmed down, but at the beginning she was really loud and really aggressive. And I didn't start filming until I walked past her. I'm at distance, you understand that. And I've been
Ну вот опять.
Oh.
Походу это самое, medication у нее закончились.
Yes, I used to be a public transport user all my life, and I've always used public transportation. That's only the last 2 years after moving to the USA I learned how to drive a car. But before, I always used public transport, and I always considered it to be safe. With these people on board, I don't know, guys, come on, if it's the land of freedom, you need to stop being free, because you cannot be free if you are in danger. And she just became aggressive because of watching this car passing by. These are like regular tourist cars all around Charlotte, and they were just going past her, and then she started screaming at them. That's it, and now she's on this train. We cannot say anything from inside or from outside, but I was on such train before when I was in Turkey, and there are just like little poles, and you can see through these stickers. They're just commercial stickers, but from inside you kind of can see something through these windows. Not a very good view though, but not a very good vision. It's a little bit disturbed with this sticker, but still you can see something through, which is not actually comfortable. Alrighty, so I continued my walking over here. That's actually for some reason it's closed, but it's a historic building. Some you can see county district attorney office, and all the all these cars which transport the tourists, they always stop here. I've seen them several times over there, and they always stop and they tell some stories about it. I have no idea what they're talking about. I don't care. Actually, some bus stops are, is it a tram bus or whatever, they look nice. They don't look practical to me. We used to have bigger transport like stops, but these are already good. They can cover you from the rain, and they're easy to be clean. I love this tree, and that's like I'm already bending, and that's right above my head. Really, that's amazing tree. I would not want to have something like that near my house, because it's dangerous. It can fall down on you. But when it's standing somewhere aside, not near my house, I love them. Alright then, that's the beginning of how you enter Charlotte territory. I took several pictures all around the spot, and then I just continued moving towards the city center. What was next? Just observing the streets. Back at the times when I studied English as a student in Russian university, I studied at the language faculty. I mean, I was supposed to grow up as a translator or an interpreter, and my first language was English, the second was German. I picked German as the second language, and we had teachers who were native speakers, or were supposed to be native speakers. One of our teachers was American, the other was Canadian. There were different professions, but they did have English as their native language in their luggage, and they did tell us different things about the USA, that every city in the USA has the same structure. I mean, they are absolutely the same plant. And when you go from one city to another city, they will be absolutely the same to you. That's different with Russian cities, because those in Russia, they all are differently planned. And you will find different peculiarities just starting at the point. It's a station, a bus station in Charlotte. I mean, if you are afraid of hobos, it's not a good place to go to. I'm fine. I mean, I don't think that I don't believe that people are dangerous, but local people still try to pursue me that they are, so I just try to avoid these places just in case. If you're a local American, you probably find it strange that I'm looking at these streets and filming them, because there is nothing special. Yeah, we just left this bus station, and on the right there is a just tram station. They call them tram. I would have called them trains. I don't know. They just, well, let's say tram, train, whatever you can. We just met another one before. So that's what they look like, and that's exactly going towards the city center or around it. I'm not sure. I never looked at the plan. I was thinking that it would be interesting experience to take a train, but then I don't have the goal where to go, and I need an instruction how to pay for the tickets. We once took this train in, maybe similar. We took a bus in Poland when we went there to get visas to the USA, and we walked around Krakow. We stayed in Krakow for a month, and we actually walked a lot around it because we didn't know how to pay for tickets. We took taxi because it was easier to use the application, and we just calculated, and we didn't know how to get to some places where we need to be like on time, because we needed to have a medical exam to get visa and other things, and they were quite remote. But otherwise we lived in the center, so it was okay to walk around, and we just enjoyed the views. Later on, after like 3 weeks of staying there, we figured out how to buy tickets and how to pay. But the first time we were on the bus, we just got on the bus and we assumed that we could pay for the bus on the bus. That's how you deal in Russia or in Kazakhstan. You get on the bus and there is a special person called conductor, and you pay them for your tickets. You can pay with a card or you can pay with cash. In Krakow, you were supposed to pay before you got on the bus. So you were supposed to go to special bus stops where they had the special machines, and you could buy a card over there, and then you just activate this card on the bus. It's kind of complicated system. Or you can see the symbol of Charlotte is herself. But same system exists in Turkey. I mean, it did exist maybe 6 years ago when I was there. Now I don't know. And probably the same system is here in Charlotte. I'm not sure. You can correct me if you know. But as I read information at these stops, that's the same. Oh, that's Charlotte. So she is a queen. She looks cute, and we just occasionally come across her monument, and that's my second time seeing her. But I have no idea how I got there. And the first time I saw her also the same. I just come here randomly out of nowhere. like Charlotte for it being green, but I don't like it for the problem with parking lots. You saw that there is $20 for the parking lot, and I have no idea how to use it. I drive my son to Charlotte University, and there is a problem with traffic with parking over there. There are some remote parking, like not in the center of the student area, so I usually park there, stay there waiting for my son. I don't really park there for the whole day. I just wait for him for like 15-20 minutes. So it's just morning, there is nothing much to do. It's 10 in the morning. My watch broke down and I just taped it for a couple of days, but now it's not working at all. I've already, by the end of the day, I made 16,000 steps. Not my maximum, but not bad. So what we were doing now, again, I'm just walking around. The smells. I was talking about parking lots. I have no idea how to park. That I said before that I just park near the parking lots in some like supermarkets or shopping areas, and there I just walk from there, because when driving into the parking lot, I need to be really extremely careful. I live in Gastonia, and Gastonia is spacious. The parking lots are spacious. In Charlotte, they just draw these white lines as if I am supposed to squeeze my car inside there, and the other car will squeeze in, and then we magically get out of our doors, and I don't know how to get out of the car. I have no idea how to park in such limited space. That's why I was there at the parking lot once in this university area, and that was my mistake. I parked there for 15 minutes because I needed to pick up some documents or whatever, so I needed to really like drop my car somewhere in the parking lot now. And then I parked in there, and then I had real big troubles getting it out there. I didn't know how to pay, and then somebody who was behind me, they just explained it to me, so I paid. But the other time I was trying to get into the parking lot, and then they said, you cannot really park in here because you need a special card, because you cannot really park at the parking lot because really not the card which I pay for, like bank card, but some other type of card which I have no idea where to get. That's like what's the customer services, right? And that's why I don't really risk going to other places. It is actually my real life situation. I was at the territory of Charlotte University on their campus, and then I wanted to park my car and just walk around because I was waiting for my son as usual, and I needed to wait for like a couple hours. And I decided, why not walking around? Because I want to see the area, and driving there is not comfortable. I cannot really see anything. So I decided to park, went to this parking lot, and then stopped by the place where you're supposed to pay at the entrance. I wish I could have parked my car closer, because you're supposed to open the door or the window and then just stretch your hand and reach it, and then like use your card. I'm a hobbit probably. I'm short, and then I'm not as good a driver as I'm supposed to be, I guess, because I couldn't really draw that or pull closer to this machine. I'm not as confident really. I am just driving for the second year of my life and I cannot do that really. So I actually stopped the car, get out of the car, and then started looking at this machine and trying to understand why it's not taking my banking card. Then there was another driver who was trying to access this parking lot too, and she just explained to me that I'm supposed to have their special card, where I have no idea where to get it, so she just didn't tell me. She didn't know. I really didn't even ask. So she was kind enough to move away and let me out, because I really created a traffic situation. I mean, I just blocked her way. And she didn't have any other choice, because I couldn't go through and she couldn't get over my car. So that's the situation. And that was, oh wow, that's a beautiful monument. I mean, it's strange looking, but whatever. I guess I have no idea what they are about. They are historically connected somehow, but I don't know. These are prices for food. I never tried any food on the streets. It smells a lot from different places. Sometimes it smells with something nice. I don't understand what kind of smell it is. Sometimes it was just stinking with the pork fat, hate it from my childhood. That's, my mom likes cooking using the pork fat because she thinks that it's tastier this way. Maybe it's tasty, maybe I'm not a good cook. I never use it because I hate the smell. That's it. Oh, and those guys with the books, they're just good memories from my student time when they were hunting us and we were hunting them. They're everywhere. They used to be all over Russian cities, and in Kazakhstan, where I studied at the university, they were there too. So you can actually count how many times I see this. I don't remember what they are called, witnesses of Jehovah, whatever. And it was fun hunting them in Kazakhstan because they were walking around with those books and trying to explain the religion to you. And we were history faculty students. We were fond of history. We were learning ancient Greek and Roman history, and we were trying to explain to them how they were not right. That was fun. And then they learned what we look like, and we lived in a small town, city, I mean the size of Charlotte probably, but it felt smaller. And yeah, they just recognized us in the streets and stopped following us, trying to avoid us. All right, so that was my walk near before Easter, actually the week before Easter. And what I discovered is this is the central square, I assume. I mean, it's just in the middle of that square, if you remember the map at the beginning, which we followed. So we are right in the middle. I suppose, I'm not sure, but it feels like we're in the very middle, in the heart of the city, and it looks beautiful there, peaceful. I like stopping by here. It's always some people walking around, really like alive people. When you live in Gastonia, you don't really happen to see that many people at the time walking by. So what I found there, and it was quite a discovery, those eggs. Really, I mean, I understand that it's Easter coming, but they were really some pieces of art. Really. Okay, not only eggs, I mean, for you to understand where they were, I don't think that they are still there. It was a week ago, before Easter, and I understand that this Sunday is when Russia and Israel celebrating Easter, but Catholic Easter is earlier, a week earlier. You celebrated it last week. And there we go. There are more and more of them. I didn't film all of them. I just filmed some of them, which caught my attention. It was incredible seeing them there. Love this place. I don't really know many places to go to in Charlotte. There are some museums. There is a modern art museum, which I actually will come in again. I did try, but I'm not fond of modern art. And this looks okay and entertaining, but I assume that's like street art. When you walk around street, and street is not just boring and gray, as it usually is. I spent 5 years of my life in Novosibirsk city. If you happen to be there, I will write it on the street or the screen. Novosibirsk is like New Siberia. The capital of Siberia, they say. And I stayed there for 5 or 6 years, and that's really gray city. All the buildings are mostly gray, maybe brown, but mostly gray, and then just no decorations at all, and it's so much different. Hat, hug, hog, I don't know, hog, yeah, hog, dog, dig, big, bag, bed, cat. О, Бронте, Эмили Бронте. Это Шарлотта Бронте. Т. Октопус. О. Она фетровая. Она вся реально фетровая. Обалдеть. I don't have the information if they're still there somewhere to be found, but they look amazing. And one more thing which caught my attention related to AI technology, just literally the next square, like somewhere next to it, I don't even know which direction I went after it, and there was a nice robot to talk to. So you just click a button and then you can ask some questions from this wonderful creature which looks weird.
But it can't replace your unique creativity and human touch. What do you love most about your work?
Otherwise, there is literally nothing else to do. I was just walking around again, looking up and down, up these high skyscrapers, and wherever you can find in big cities. I mean, when you travel around Europe, you enjoy the beauty of elder architecture. And in the USA, I guess you will just enjoy modern buildings. And that's it. So that's the choice of architecture which you can observe around you. That's why probably people who live in the city never go outside, because they are fed up with these views, and the landscape becomes boring with the time. So that's actually the time when you come to the end of the city center. That's Mint Museum right in front of me. Yeah, that's a modern museum. It's all over the place. If you Google like where to go in Charlotte, they will always recommend you go into Mint Museum over here. I don't know if you are into modern art. Go ahead and call me with you next time you are going there, because I don't understand modern art. The last time I was in modern art museum, I tried several times. I have no idea how to understand it. I just look at it in a weird way. I'm a classic person, I guess. I don't know. The last time I went to a museum was in Krakow. That was Krakow Modern Art Museum, and I spent 10 I forgot what Polish money is. Oh, really? Not $10, the 10 whatever money, rupee, I forgot, really. I remember I forgot. That's Polish money. And then I spent there about a couple hours, because the museum is huge, really. If you are fond of museums, modern art museums, recommend. Yeah, and that's actually the end of the city center. You come in across some other buildings, some other weird looking monuments, wherever it is, and then not much traffic actually, but it's again, remember, that's 11 o'clock in the morning, something between 10 and 11, again, the religious people. And that's it. We are coming to another landmark of Charlotte, which is Bank of America Tower. And again, there is nothing else to see. I'm not sure if you can enter this building or not. I don't even know if there are any skyscrapers which you can visit to watch from the heights. That would be actually interesting, because when you are in New York, you always see these places where to go, the recommendations, and then commercials, ads, wherever, like they invite you to come into the tower to have a look, to have a tour. I never noticed any of these, even though I did see the booklet, and there was in the center there was a map where you can go, like with recommendations, but I don't really recall anything about visiting some places. And that's it. There we go. That's the end of the city, which is, I guess, common for the USA, as our teacher back at university, he told us, like, there is uptown or city center, and when it ends, there is a suburban area, and that's completely different. There are no, and I mean, there is a skyscraper, but otherwise there are mostly little suburban houses, quite little, I would say, but there are about 6 floors buildings. So that's typically regular city in somewhere Europe, or if you go travel to, again, European countries, any European country, any Asian country, most probably too. I mean, I was in post-Soviet Union time, or post-Soviet Union countries. Oh, that's again Stadium of Bank of America. And everywhere there you will see just regular apartment buildings, like similar to those which you're looking at now. And on the other side of the bridge, there is the beginning of suburban area. That's South End, that's like typical. This troublesome territory where is usually common, like local Charlotte people, they don't like this because of the traffic situation. There is nowhere to park, and I agree. That's their parking spot, which you have to pay, of course, for. It's never stable payment because they change the payments, the fee. Every time when there is an event. When there is an event, they increase the price of parking, and that's monstrous. That's something scary. And otherwise, there is really no place to park your car around the area. That's why when there is something coming in Charlotte, especially if you are going there, just check out any announcement. Maybe there is something which you don't want to attend, but the people are going there, and therefore they will make it more difficult for you. And now we are coming to look at some artistic events. Let's see what kind of art I encountered. Not only Mint Museum, or opposite the street from Mint Museum, there is a nice, I would say, cathedral. It's not yet, it's a church, just Catholic church, St. Peter's Catholic Church. And I just came across there were people taking an interview from the church person. Let's see what he talks about. Even though I don't support modern art museums, I actually like, I don't say graffiti, what do you call these paintings on streets, on these buildings? Murals, I guess. Murals, right? I'm not sure what you call them. If you're willing to share in the comment section, you go ahead. They got my attention, so I decided to come in closer. And they changed the view of the city. Maybe they are like grotesque, maybe they are, but in comparison to this gray building, there's something to look at. And there is maybe if they color them, if they paint every other building, that will be too much. But when there is one building out of all this gray area, I think it's nice. And there is an interesting exhibition just for free. I'm not going to spoil your pleasure and film all of it, just a little bit to give you the understanding, but it feels like it's all children works. That's middle school. See, I'm reading the names and there is middle school, right? That's awesome. Especially like there is a little description of what is in this sculpture piece of art. And that looks amazing for a middle schooler, right? For an adult, like it's incredible to do that. A lot of details, and that's well done. It's great. People can do when they are motivated. I have no idea how they did this at all. That looks amazing. It's amazing. I mean, I wouldn't want to have neither of them in my house. I just like how they are made, and they are good for decorating something. It's just not in my house. I'm not having anything like this in my place to get dust. I don't need any dust collectors. Oh, that's a rhino. that's a symbol of them being killed in Africa, because people still kill the rhinos because of their horns, because of the bone is very expensive, so they kill the poor animal just to take the horn out. And actually now scientists do the different project, and they just put them, I don't want to say put them down, I mean they use medication to put them to sleep, then they cut this bone off, and then they are not any more interesting for these hunters, so they now live without their horns but they're safe. That looks like a moon crescent. It's wonderful. I mean, these children are incredibly artistic and creative. I love this exposition. There are more and more in pictures too. I'm not going to torment you with looking at all of them. There are not only middle schoolers, there are several jobs from high school. Some of them don't even have the name of school. Most of them do. They all have names, and there are some even elementary school children works. That's cool. I mean, that's great that the school provide this place for children to share their creativity. Amazing. Oh.
А подождите, вот и элементари школа есть.
Llame al servicio al cliente al 704-336-7433. Visite righttransit.org y haga clic en el icono Report a Problem para enviar un reporte en línea. Service animals are permitted on station platforms or aboard Lynx trains. Solo se permiten animales de servicio en los predios o a bordo de los trenes. To UNC Charlotte Main Station, arriving in 4 minutes. El tren hacia la estación UNC Charlotte Main llega en 4 minutos. Fare before boarding. Failure to show valid proof of payment may result in a citation. Thank you for riding with us. Atención pasajeros. Por favor, asegúrese de tener un boleto o tiquete válidos antes de abordar. Si no presenta un comprobante de pago válido, cuando se le solicite, podrá recibir una multa. Gracias por viajar con nosotros.
Sometimes when I'm in the USA, I always want to ask a question like, why is it in Spanish all over the place? Like, why don't they translate everything into Russian too? I mean, half the southern part of Russia, Charlotte is conquered by Russians. Valentine area is a Russian area. Indian Trail also where Russian lives. But nobody translates anything into Russian. One more interesting thing which caught my attention, that's probably near Car Center, like Spencer Center, but I looked around and looked at this building. That reminds me a lot of, I mean, it's kind of nothing, it looks gray, I mean, whatever color it is, but if you look closer at these ornaments, and what does it remind it to you? It's like Egypt, right? My first association and my second association will be Egypt. Somewhere on the top floor, look at it. Does it look like Anubis? Yeah, that looks like Anubis to me. And especially if you look at the entrance, it's lamps, and that's totally Egypt. How comes? Why is it there in the center of? And this building, I checked on Google Maps, and this building is temporary or constantly not working. They said that it's some kind of internet business, whatever it is, it's closed. All right, they have the AT&T sign, but that's probably satellite. I don't use them, don't recommend, they're very expensive. I hope you enjoyed my trip around. I mean, all Charlotte is not only those skyscrapers, there are areas where you can find a lot of greenery and like simple life, all with flowers and green stuff, but it's not the city center. This area where I worked last summer, that like kind of probably near the airport, near airport area. And welcome to Charlotte, just with a visit please, because we are now stuck in traffic. There are too many people who came migrated. There is a great migration in Charlotte area, and the last year has over flooded our little city, and we cannot anymore take it. We cannot take it anymore. There are way too many people now, and every day when I drive my son to Charlotte and then backwards, I see way too many people, and I see traffic jams where there didn't used to be traffic jams. Alrighty. Opa. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I loved this walking. I hope I will repeat it all over again one day again, and I hope the next video where I will be walking will be from Charleston. I really want to visit Charleston, so don't forget to click the like button if you have any recommendations where to go. Please share, and bye bye. Пока-пока. Ciao, bambina. Hi, that's so cute.
That's fun.
Damn, I did this 100 fucking times.